If you're about to drop 2 or 3 grand on a gaming laptop, there's a very real chance you're about to waste half of that money. And by 2026, your beast could feel painfully average. So in this video, we're counting down the top 10 best gaming laptops for 2026. The machines you can buy now that will still feel fast, smooth, and relevant a couple of years from now. Let's jump into the list, starting from number 10 and working our way up to what I think is the best all-around gaming laptop heading into 2026. So, number 10, Acer Nitro 16. Best for gamers on a tighter budget who still want modern performance. If you're watching a Best Gaming Laptops 2026 video and your wallet is already nervous, the Acer Nitro 16 is the safety net. It's one of the few laptops that manages to be relatively affordable while still giving you proper, modern gaming performance. Typical configs pair a mid-range CPU with an RTX 4050 or 4060, which is plenty for 1080p and even 1440p gaming if you lean on DLSS. The 16-inch 16x10 screen with up to a 165Hz refresh rate makes a huge difference compared to older 15.6-inch budget laptops. You get more vertical space for both games and everyday multitasking. The big benefit here is value per dollar. You're not paying for fancy CNC aluminum, per-key RGB, or a mini LED panel. You're paying for frames. And the Nitro 16 delivers those, as long as you manage your expectations. Ultra settings and every new AAA title might be a stretch, but high settings with DLSS on, totally reasonable, even a couple of years from now. Cooling is decent for the class. Yes, it'll get warm and the fans will ramp up under load, but Acer has improved airflow and fan control over older Nitro generations. You also get upgradable RAM and storage, which is a huge deal if you want to keep the machine longer. Throw in a bigger SSD and more memory in a year or two, and you've extended its life well into 2026. Number 9. HP Omen or Omen Transcend 16. Best for balanced gaming plus productivity with a cleaner look. If you want a gaming laptop that doesn't scream LAN party in a meeting room, the HP Omen 16 and the sleeker Omen Transcend 16 are great middle ground options. The Omen line has quietly become one of the more sensible choices. Understated design, good thermals, and strong mid to high-end configs with RTX 4060, 4070, or even 4080 GPUs depending on the model. That means 1440p gaming at high refresh rates now, and very playable settings even as games get heavier in the next couple of years. On the Transcend models, HP offers high-resolution IPS or OLED displays with fast refresh rates, making them great not just for gaming, but also for color-sensitive work, video editing, photo work, or just enjoying a really nice panel when you're binge watching between gaming sessions. The real advantage here is comfort and versatility. Keyboards are comfortable for long typing sessions. Trackpads are better than what you usually get in pure gamer machines. Number 8. Gigabyte Aorus 17. Best for big screen gaming on a desk with strong value. If you mainly game at a desk but still want something technically portable, the Gigabyte Aorus 17 is a sleeper pick. It doesn't get as much hype as some of the flashier brands, but it strikes a sweet spot for people who want a big screen and serious performance without going full alien mothership. You get a 17.3-inch display, often at 1440p with high refresh rates, which is perfect for immersive single-player games and competitive shooters. Configurations with RTX 4070 or 4080 GPUs and Intel's top-end CPUs give you enough horsepower for high FPS 1440p gaming today and very respectable performance in 2026. Number 7. MSI Stealth 14/16 Studio. Best for gamers who travel a lot and need a thin and light powerhouse. If you want something that actually feels like a laptop and not a portable cinder block, the MSI Stealth series is where things get interesting. The Stealth 14 and Stealth 16 Studio are designed for people who move around a lot. Students, digital nomads, creators who still want strong gaming performance. These machines typically pack RTX 4060 or 4070 GPUs and modern Intel or AMD CPUs into surprisingly thin chassis. You're not getting full tilt 175-watt GPUs here, but you do get a very respectable level of performance in a much more portable design. Number 6. Acer Rogus G14, best for premium 14-inch gaming with surprisingly good battery life. The Asus Rogus G14 is the laptop that proves you don't need a 16 or 17-inch slab to get real gaming performance. Year after year, Asus has refined the G14 into one of the best compact gaming laptops on the market. Recent versions pair Ryzen 9 processors with up to an RTX 4070 GPU, which in a 14-inch chassis is kind of wild. You're looking at very solid 1080p and 1440p gaming, especially if you use DLSS or FSR, and enough CPU grunt for streaming, content creation, and heavy multitasking. The other big perk is battery life. Compared to a lot of gaming laptops, the G14 can actually last a decent stretch on battery doing normal work, browsing, writing, light creative tasks. That's rare in this category. Number 5. Acer Predator Helios 16, best for raw performance and cooling without going full ultra luxury. The Acer Predator Helios 16 is what happens when a company decides to prioritize cooling and high-end components first, and beauty second. It's not the flashiest laptop, but in terms of performance per dollar, it's a beast. You'll commonly find it with RTX 4070, 4080, or even 4090 GPUs paired with Intel's top-end processors. More importantly, Acer usually drives those GPUs at high power limits, which means they can stretch their legs. Combined with a serious cooling system, multiple fans, large vents, and thick heat pipes, you get strong, sustained performance instead of quick thermal throttling. Other advantages: plenty of ports for external monitors, Ethernet, and peripherals. Upgradable RAM and storage, so you can keep it relevant through 2026 and beyond, and a keyboard that's surprisingly comfortable for long sessions. Number 4. Alienware M18R2, best for the closest thing to a full gaming desktop in laptop form. If subtlety is not your thing and you want a portable tank that laughs at modern games, the Alienware M18R2 is your machine. This is Dell's flagship 18-inch gaming laptop, and it's unapologetically massive. Inside, you can spec it with top-tier Intel CPUs and RTX 4080 or 4090 GPUs, running at high wattages. This is where you start hitting performance levels that genuinely rival and sometimes beat many desktop setups. For 2026 and beyond, that kind of overhead matters. As games get more demanding, having extra GPU and cooling capacity keeps your machine relevant longer. Because the chassis is so large, Alienware can pack in more robust cooling than thinner laptops, a full-sized keyboard with room for macro keys, and plenty of ports and upgradability. Number 3. Lenovo Legion 7i/Legion Pro 7i, best for balanced high-end gaming with a mature, grown-up design. The Lenovo Legion 7i and Legion Pro 7i consistently show up on best gaming laptops lists for one simple reason: they get almost everything right. These 16-inch machines pair high-end Intel CPUs with RTX 4070, 4080, or 4090 GPUs, and Lenovo does a great job with power delivery and cooling. The result is top-tier performance that's very close to the absolute monsters on this list, but in a more manageable size. What really sets the Legion series apart is the design philosophy. Clean, minimal branding, no over-the-top gamer aesthetic. Number 2. Asus ROG Strix Scar 18, best for maximum performance and a stunning big display. The Asus ROG Strix Scar 18 is basically Asus saying, what if we built a portable flex? This is an 18-inch gaming laptop aimed squarely at enthusiasts who want no compromised performance and don't care about being subtle. On the usability side, you get full-size keyboard and numpad, great for MMOs and productivity, plenty of RGB if you're into that, a robust port selection including modern USB-C and multiple display outputs. Number 1. Razer Blade 16, best for the best overall balance of performance, build quality, and portability. At the top of the list for the best gaming laptops going into 2026 is the Razer Blade 16, not because it has the absolute highest benchmark numbers, that honor often goes to the giant 18-inch monsters, but because it strikes the best overall balance. The Blade 16 combines high-end Intel CPUs, RTX 4070, 4080, or 4090 GPUs, a 16-inch high-resolution, high-refresh display, including advanced options like dual-mode mini LED panel, making it a very safe bet for 2026. Why it ranks number 1: performance. High-end parts with good thermal management for the size. Thanks for watching. If this helped you narrow down your next gaming laptop, hit like and consider subscribing for more deep dive, no-nonsense hardware breakdowns.